up, fifth grade? It is good to see you. You're going, wait a minute. Can he see me through the TV screen? Can't do it. I wish I could, but I'll get to see you guys next week, and it's going to be awesome. I am Mr. Twinner. This is Miss Jenkins. We are here today to talk to you guys about band next year because you are in fifth grade, and next year you'll be in sixth grade, which is your one and only opportunity to join band. So we want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you can take home. You talk with your parents and make the best choice for you for next year because we are excited to have you guys in our band program. So just a few things about our band. We start in sixth grade. You guys will start the process, though, here next week as we get prepared for enrollment for sixth grade band. Once you're in sixth grade, we do it as a normal class. You'll meet just like you do right now with your electives, like every other day for band class. And then there's concerts that we perform in sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. And then in high school, you get into marching band and pep band and concert band and all kinds of super, super fun, really exciting stuff. We take trips, which we're getting ready for next year, or for this year, sorry, for like in a couple of weeks here. We're taking a trip to Florida with the high school band. We'll go to Universal Studios and SeaWorld and perform in a national competition. So lots of really super exciting stuff for band. We do one of those every 4 years. So when you guys are in high school, you get a chance to take a trip to probably Florida. It's a great spot to go in March and go to some theme parks, participate in a national level competition. So lots of cool, fun stuff. But we have to start out with some really basic information to get you guys ready for sixth grade band. So what you guys are going to get today, just to kind of give you an overview, you're going to get this little packet of like 2 pieces of paper. This one here is front and back. I have it in single sheets, but it's front and back. That's kind of an information letter for your parents and you to go over. It has a lot of information in there about the band process, what the audition process looks like. The one that you really, really, really want to pay attention to is the one that's stapled on the back. This is one you're going to fill out. You're going to tear this off, and you're going to bring this back with you on Wednesday, March 1st. I get that right, Ms. Jenkins?
That's it.
Wednesday, March 1st. That day during your electives, we are going to have a whole bunch of music teachers here in the building that are specialists on each of the 4 instruments, actually 5 instruments if you count percussion, which is pretty cool. Then you guys can try out those instruments. We call it tryout day. It's not really like a tryout, like, oh, if I have to be able to play something. We're just testing you to see if that instrument's going to be a great fit. So on this instrument selection sheet, you're going to, after today and over the weekend, talk with your parents. You're going to look at which instruments you think you might want to play, and you're going to number those, like your first choice. Let's say, I really think I want to play clarinet. Cool. You're going to put clarinet as your first choice. You're going to put something as your second choice. Let's say trumpet's your second choice. You're going to put trumpet as your second choice. You can do all the way through 4 choices on the wind instruments, and all the way, if you want to add percussion, there's a 5th. That's totally cool as well. But you need to list at least 2. Here's what happens sometimes. You'll list an instrument as your first choice. You'll come in, you'll try it, and it's like, oops, that does not work for me. And that's okay. That's why we try out a bunch of the different instruments. We're trying to find whatever's the best fit for you. That has to do with your teeth, your mouth shape, just the way that you're built, and that will sometimes impact which instrument's the best for you, because we want you guys to be successful next year in band. We don't want you to come in and be bored or be frustrated because I can't play the instrument that I selected. Well, there's probably one that was a better choice for you. So that's why we do this process. So you're going to talk over with your parents over the weekend. You're going to mark your selections. You're going to bring this with you next Wednesday to your elective classes, and we're going to pull you guys into the band room and the GLR and maybe a couple other areas and have you guys try out a bunch of instruments. If that instrument's a good choice for you, potentially, the person that's testing you will initial next to it. When you're done with this that day, you're going to leave this with myself and Miss Jenkins. And we're going to bring that back on Tuesday, March 7th, that evening in the gym there at the intermediate school, where we will be there where we can meet your parents. We can talk through your choice. We can get you signed up for band next year. And we can talk with Meyer Music about getting an instrument rented for you. And we'll talk more about that down the road. We'll get you guys some more information about Meyer Music and the rental program on Wednesday, March 1st when you guys do your tryout. So some really, really cool stuff. This is a sheet you don't want to lose. You want to make sure you get your name on it. Get your Rooster Time teacher on here. It's really important because we label everything by Rooster Time teacher, and then talk it over with your parents and fill that out. It doesn't need to come back signed or anything by your parents. Just bring this back with you, and we'll roll you through the selection process and then leave it with us. And it'll be super, super awesome. So lots of good stuff there. On this other sheet, the information sheet here, there's a lot of stuff in here about the tryout day, what that looks like. One that you want to be paying attention to is percussion. Those of you that are interested in playing drums, there's a totally separate process for that. It's all done on that same instrument tryout day because you'll need to try out some wind instruments as well. But we do an actual audition for percussion. So there's just some really easy rhythm counting stuff that you've learned in Miss Berry's class. and a little coordination exercise. And Miss Berry told me you guys have been doing some bucket drumming, so hopefully that's really easy for you. You're going to get that form from Miss Berry. That way you can ask her any questions about how to count the rhythms, how to do the sticking pattern at the bottom. You're going to get that permission form from Miss Berry. You're going to take it home. You're going to get it signed. You're going to bring it back, and you'll actually play that audition on Wednesday, March 1st for either our percussion specialist or myself, one of the two, whichever one's not tied up. And you guys will play that. We only select normally 8 to 10 or 12 percussionists each year because that's a section that normally gets a lot of people. We only have so many instruments available for those students. So if you're interested in percussion, you're going to get that information from Miss Berry. I would get it today, tomorrow, and then make sure you have it ready to go by March 1st next week. You're going to practice that. If you have questions on the rhythms, you can ask her. If you see me in the hallway, you can ask me, and I'd be happy to help you with that. So make sure that you get that percussion information from her, get that filled out, and bring that with you in addition to your selection sheet, because you will need to try some wind instruments in case percussion isn't a good fit for you. We want you to have a backup plan. Okay. What else? Rental night is Tuesday, March 7th from 5:30 to 7 at the high school, or at the, intermediate school gym. Forget I said high school. Sorry, I'm sitting in the high school band room, and so it makes me think of the high school. I'm sorry. I'm getting old, Miss Jenkins. I forget stuff. It's terrible. In the intermediate school gym, 5:30 to 7, we'll have rental night. What is rental night? You're going to come in with your parents anytime during that 5:30 to 7. It only takes about 20 minutes or so once you're there. You can come in at 6:40, and that's totally fine. You're going to get in line based on your Rooster Time teacher. You're going to meet with either myself or Miss Jenkins. We are going to have your selection sheets there. We're going to pull those up. We're going to look and see what you tried out on, what you thought you wanted to do, and we're going to talk it over with your parents real quick and make that selection on your instrument that night. And then we will turn that information into Mrs. Cole for enrollment for next year for 6th grade. You'll have the chance also to meet with Meyer Music real quick, get an instrument rented if you need that, get a book, which everybody will need for next year, and any supplies and stuff that you guys need. Those will be delivered right before school starts next year to the band room. So you don't have to worry about it over the summer. You don't have to go get it. It's all delivered here and all taken care of. So that's from 5:30 to 7 on Wednesday, March 7th. What happens if I can't be there, Miss Jenkins?
I guess probably contact one of us.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. An email to myself or Miss Jenkins just to let us know what you're thinking. We can do that conference with your parents via email and get you guys taken care of, because we know that Tuesday, March 7th may not work for everybody during that time frame. And we can get you Meyer Music contact information as well so that you can get that taken care of. It's a pretty easy process. So most of you will be able to make it that Tuesday, March 7th, but if you can't, that's okay. Just let us know. It doesn't mean that you can't do band if you can't make it. Another question we get a lot of times, my family's in a kind of a tough spot with finances. Can I be in band? Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. We make sure we will find you something. If you cannot afford an instrument, just let me know. Email one of us, talk to us in the hall, let the office know, and they'll get us in touch with you, and we make sure that we get you the information, and we will take care of it. We will help you find an instrument. If you really, really, really want to be in band, we will find a way. We have never once had a student that we've turned away because of finances. So we'll make it work for you if you're willing to work with us on that. So just make sure you communicate that to us, okay? Finding an instrument, like I said, we recommend Meyer Music for all of that because they have a service policy that you can get that takes care of all the repairs and stuff. If you're going to get an instrument from elsewhere, you already own an instrument, please bring that in to rental night so we can take a look at it, make sure it doesn't need any repairs. If you're looking outside of Meyer Music, if you're looking online or something, please, please, please send the link to myself or Miss Jenkins first before you buy it. Instruments that are on Amazon and eBay typically are not great quality. We don't want you guys playing on an instrument that's not going to work for you. There are some used instruments out there that are decent. We will take a look at. We will give you our best opinion on whether it's something you should pursue or not. So that's all in this letter as well. So make sure you read that over with your folks. Okay. What else, Miss Jenkins? We need to talk about what if they still have questions?
Yeah, they might have a couple.
We might have some questions after this. So we're going to set up in your Google Classroom, for your 5th grade Google Classroom, a link for it's a Google form link where you guys can send in questions that you have. You're going to put in what your question is, your name, and we will reply to you via email with an answer to your question. We can also include your parents on that if you need us to. Just put in there, hey, please email my mom or please email my dad or whatever, and we'll get that information back to you guys and answer those questions for you, because it's really important that we answer as many of your questions as possible. We are so excited about band, and we want you guys to be as excited too. Like I said before, there's a lot of really, really cool stuff that we do in band. We're getting to perform concerts and getting to learn something brand new and getting to take trips and all kinds of cool, really fun stuff. So we want to make sure you guys have all that information transition at first. There's nothing to be scared of with band. Some of you may go, I don't know if I can do this all the way through high school. You know what? You get one chance to find out here in 6th grade. Take advantage of that opportunity. Start the process, and we'll go from there, because everybody's got to start somewhere. So I want to make sure that you guys take advantage of that. 6th grade is your only chance to start band. It's not like another class where you can jump in as a senior in high school or something. Like, there's a process we have to go through to learn a band instrument. And so 6th grade is your chance to jump in. So get the questions answered, get the information that you need, try the instruments, see what fits for you guys. And we're super, super excited to watch you guys progress. We will be your teachers all the way through. So we teach in the middle school, the intermediate school, and the high school every day. So once you get to know us in 6th grade, you'll have us all the way through high school. And we love that part of our job. We love getting to know you guys and learn about you guys and being a part of your kind of family there for a few years as we watch you guys grow up. So take advantage of that opportunity. But it'd be pretty cool if we knew like what instruments we could play.
Yeah, I think they might like that.
That'd be pretty sweet. So we start a few instruments and then we branch out from there. So we start students on flute, clarinet, trumpet, trombone, and percussion. And you're going, what about oboe? What about bassoon? What about horn? What about tuba? What about baritone? Those are instruments that we audition for around January-ish of your 6th grade year. We only start those 4 wind instruments because when you're starting, it's the easiest way to start you is to start you on one of those instruments, get the basics down, and then we audition you out for those other instruments so that we're not trying to start like 6 instruments in one class. That takes a lot of time and it really slows everything down. So you're going to start wind-wise on either flute, clarinet, trumpet, or trombone, and then obviously our percussionists will be kind of doing their own thing, right? So we're going to demonstrate those instruments for you today, give you guys a chance to kind of listen to them. Some of them you may be familiar with, and some of them maybe you've never heard before in your life. We'll talk a little bit about the instrument real quick and then play a quick little demonstration for you. So, Ms. Jenkins, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, we'll start at the top and work our way down. So I'm going to show you guys the flute to start, okay? This is a woodwind. Does this look like wood to you?
It does not. It looks very silverish.
It is very silver. So when flute was first invented, it was actually made out of wood, but then they have better technology, and so now it is metal.
Look at that fancy camera
I know,
work.
right? That's pretty awesome.
I turned my laptop. It was really fancy.
It was good. Okay. So this is still considered a woodwind because it's still built pretty similar compared to the clarinet, which I'll show you in just a second. Right? The flute has a very high, pretty sound.
Scared me there. Sorry. I'm okay.
So yeah, it was so great. Okay. So flute has a lot of melody and it just has very pretty things. Let's see if you recognize this one. You're there yet? You recognize it yet?
I got it. Hey!
So if you really like melody and like you sing a lot on the radio, this is a really good one for you because you play a lot of melody. And the next one I'll show you guys is clarinet.
Miss Jenkins going back to back.
I know,
That's
right?
impressive.
It's awesome. Right? We'll just get all the woodwinds out of the way first.
I'm done with that. Great.
This one normally is made out of wood. Now, this one is plastic, okay, but it still sounds the same, still built very similar to flute. Also, very melodic on clarinet. You'll play a lot of melodies here. Clarinet has a lower, kind of reedier, darker sound.
I was very moved by that.
That's one of my favorite pieces on clarinet. It's great.
I was very moved.
Both very fun. Those are your 2 woodwinds options to choose
That
from.
was a joke. She didn't get it. So, anything else you'd like to play for us? Can you play the higher register on clarinet? Because it has a really cool higher register.
It does. So it gets a lot higher than that, actually. Clarinet has a really large range. Very large range.
That's
You agree with
awesome.
that? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss Jenkins is a clarinetist,
I
which
am.
is awesome. She's really, really, really good at clarinet and flute. She plays a really nice flute. So there you go. I'm going to show you guys the brass instruments. Now, by trade, I'm a percussionist, but I've learned how to play the brass instruments over the years. I'm going to kind of turn me back over here.
More camera action.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bigger. It's a little more camera to get me. So this is a trumpet. Most of you probably turn that way. There we go. Most of you are probably pretty familiar with this. This is a trumpet. It has 3 valves on it, and these valves move up and down just like a piston, and it opens up some of this tubing through here based on what valve combination you push in. So here's the bell, and then it has a mouthpiece. The mouthpiece comes off, looks like that. So when you guys do your testing, we're going to test you on the mouthpiece. And what we do is we pull our lips back, and we just kind of buzz through the middle of our lips, put my mouthpiece up, and it makes this kind of sound. Right? So we're trying to buzz our lips into the mouthpiece, and that's what makes the sound that we need. What happens when we put that on a trumpet is we put our mouthpiece in. I'm going to blow this way just so I don't blow right in the camera because it makes it really loud. But I can play a certain series of notes without pushing any valves down. And then as I push certain valves down, it opens up some of this tubing and it plays either higher or lower. Same series of notes, just a little bit lower. Different series. Lock in, sorry. And it goes so on and so forth all the way down. And you can play a really wide range. So you go all the way down to a kind of low note, not quite as low as a clarinet, but pretty low. And then it goes up really, really high. Again, kind of similar to the clarinet, but just kind of a different way of getting there. Okay. And this is where we get into your mouth shape, your teeth. Some of that impacts what instrument's best for you. Everybody always asks, like, what's the most difficult instrument? Well, clarinet uses more dexterity. Flute uses more dexterity, but this is more about tightening and loosening your lips and being able to do that. Some of you will get that really easily, and some of you will, it'll be a little bit more of a struggle. In that case, probably clarinet or flutes may be a better option for you, okay? The other instrument in the brass family that we start on is the trombone, and this one's pretty cool. I'm actually going to back up a little bit so you can see this guy.
It's a big one.
So same idea with the mouthpiece, buzzing. Okay? It's a bigger mouthpiece, so sometimes this fits your mouth shape just a little bit better. It doesn't matter how tall or short you are necessarily. It's just all about, does this mouthpiece work for you or not? Sometimes the trumpet one kind of works and the trombone one works better, or sometimes the trombone one kind of works and the trumpet one works better. It just kind of depends. The biggest difference, obviously, we said that the, that's fun. Whoa, hey. We said that the trumpet has valves. The trombone uses a slide to achieve the same thing. It's all about making your instrument longer or shorter. So in first position, which is all the way in, I can play a certain series of notes again. And if I move here, this is just like pushing down the second valve on my trumpet. And so on all the way down through seventh position. Trombone, though, can do some really cool stuff that no other instrument can do. Because of the slide, it can do this thing we call a glissando, which is probably the most fun thing to do on the trombone. So you can make it sound like a car. And all kinds of other really cool stuff. It can play pretty high and also play really, really, really low. And lower. It's pretty crazy how wild this thing can get. So it's a really, really fun instrument to play. It's a little bit different than the valve part because of the slide, so you can do some really cool stuff. And like we said, that's kind of whatever fits your mouth shape the best is what you're going to find fits you the best. So those are our 4 instruments. Obviously, percussion is all of the percussion stuff. It's playing drums. It's playing mallets. In fact, we spend a lot of time on the mallet instrument as much as we spend on the snare drum, and then we branch out to a bunch of other instruments as well. So there's a lot in the percussion family. By the time you graduate high school in your percussion family, you've probably played 20 to 30 different instruments because we play such a wide variety of percussion families. So that's why it's kind of a different thing. And we auditioned for that because there's just a lot that goes into that. So I'm not going to demonstrate it for you today because you guys have done some drumming already in 5th grade music with Miss Berry. So if you have questions on percussion, you can ask her or find me in the hallway. We're in the building every afternoon. You guys sometimes see us on the way to lunch and stuff. Feel free to ask us any questions that you guys have. So we, again, are super, super excited for you guys to have the chance to be in band next year. We really want to meet you guys. Can't wait until Wednesday, March 1st to meet you guys, get a chance to listen to you play some instruments and stuff, see your excitement, talk to you guys. And then we're looking forward to March 7th, the following Tuesday, to get to meet your parents and talk about final selections for that and take care of that. Again, if you have questions, there's going to be a link in your Google Classroom for your 5th grade class. Fill that out, put your name on it, make sure you put your name there and put who you want to respond or whatever, ask your question, and we will make sure we get back to you guys. So again, we're looking forward to it. Going to have some fun next year. Let's get after it and have a great 6th grade band. Thanks, guys.